In my darkest hour, grace found me. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't searching for it. I didn't even really know what it was, to be honest with you. But in my breaking, I was able to come home to myself. I didn't grow up in a religious home. I really didn't know anything about spirituality. But once I left my narcissistic husband and moved to a new city on my own, I really needed to start healing from my psychosomatic illness and getting my body healthy, and I needed to mend my heart. And obviously my mind was sort of all over the place because I had so many things going on, and it was very sudden and it was very traumatic, and it was a very emotional time. And what I started doing was essentially, I was in a new city on my own, so I spent a lot of time by myself, and it was like, okay, I need to figure myself out, and I need to figure out my programming and how I operate so that I can start living my best life, because I am so tired of this vicious cycle of toxic relationships and people breaking my heart, or people taking advantage of my kindness, or like I was just like, I am all done with this. Do you hear me? Amen. All done. And so I started doing things like meditating. I started journaling. I started going for nature walks most days. I come sit back down here by the pond because it's just so peaceful and calming. And I really started going deep within myself and really starting to understand my programming and like why I do the things that I do, why I'm so willing to accept these people into my life, and how can I flip that around? How can I create good habits in my life? How can I heal my body? How can I, like all of the things that we all want? A happy life, good health, a job that you love, tick off all the boxes of. But outside of the material things, like I literally left my husband with nothing except for my personal belongings. And I moved to a new city to begin a new life all on my own, in my mid 40s. And it was scary and it was hard, but it allowed me the time and the space to really get to know who I am. Like, I feel like in so many instances, like if you asked anybody, how well do you know yourself? Everyone thinks they know themselves quite well. But what I discovered was that I really didn't know myself at all. I knew who my personality was. I knew, the things that I did in my life, the things that I enjoyed doing, but I didn't understand that my childhood experiences had left an imprint on my subconscious mind. I didn't understand that everything is energy, and the energy we're throwing out is the energy we're getting back. Like, I didn't understand all these really core important principles. And in doing that, it's really literally, I've quantum flipped my life. I am creating the best life, right? I am ticking all the boxes, and like, we can all do it. This is the thing. But we need to actually understand who we are at a deep core level. Like, who are you? What experiences did you have when you were a child, and what imprint did they leave in your subconscious mind? As an example, I went through a lot of trauma as a child, and so I always felt like I was always yearning for love. I always felt like I wasn't good enough, so I'd be willing to accept anyone who was willing to love me. I was willing to accept it because I just craved it so much. It was like, my little child inside, it was just like needed the nurturing and needed the love. And you start building these beliefs in your subconscious mind that you aren't good enough, or you aren't smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not whatever the thing is that you think. But it's like they're in our subconscious mind, so we don't even really know that they're there unless you actually consciously go looking for them. And I'm telling you, once you take the time to see what's actually going on in the program, you can then change the program. But you got to understand one. You can't change something that you don't understand or you don't see or you don't even acknowledge is even there. But I promise you, we all have limiting beliefs and they all hold us back. Where if we can identify what the limiting beliefs are, then we can start dismantling the ones that are just lies, things that are not even true. Like, of course I'm good enough. Of course you're smart enough. Of course, right? Like, we are not those things that we tell ourselves that we are. And so that's what I mean about how well do you know yourself, is like, how well do you know what's going on in the program that runs behind the scenes? We all know who we are, but do you know yourself at that deep level? Because that is where the true change is going to actually come from, is deep inside you. Your internal state is actually a reflection of your external world. So if you do the inner work first, it will shine and it will create change in your outer world. It's the same as the energy, right? Like, so if you are sending out a signal to the universe that you are broken, then what you're actually doing is inviting more broken people back into your life. That's the ripple effect. That's the energy that you're putting out, is that I am broken. You're now inviting in more broken people. But it works the same in a positive way. So if you are full of joy and you are just full of gratitude and you're so thankful and you're like, thank you for my life, thank you for the blessings, you are now calling in more things to be grateful for. You are now calling in more blessings, more joy. So whatever your internal state is, that's what your external world is going to be a reflection of. So my call to action for you today is to start thinking about, what are those limiting beliefs that I have? What are the experiences that you had when you were young or throughout your life that created an emotion, which then created a belief? And that belief is still there. So those are the things that we need to start looking at releasing. And once you can start getting rid of those limiting beliefs, you'll stop with the, same old negative patterns. You'll, find more love for yourself, more respect for yourself. You'll start making better decisions. And then everything just falls into place exactly as it should, because you're now sending out this amazing high vibe signal out to the universe. You're feeling more aligned inside. You've released all of the negative stuff from in your body and your mind and your soul, and you're finding the connection between those three. And once you do that, like, it's inevitable. You are unstoppable. You're going to be on fire. I'm going to stop the video here because I could talk forever, but I would love it if you liked and subscribed to my channel, and drop me a comment below and let me know what limiting beliefs are holding you back. It is my heartfelt hope that you come along for the ride. Embark on this adventure. Let's go on this healing journey together. The information I am going to share literally changed my life and allowed me to become the person I was always meant to be. If I can do it, you can do it too.